how I drastically improved my mental health with three major things that I did and I'm currently doing in my life. Before I tell you this, let me tell you a story about why my mental health is where it is now. So, the reason why the decrease of my mental health started is going back to a few weeks now, going to be 3.5 weeks, is because I lost in a competition, in my men's physics competition. Not really a big deal. Right after that, I got into an accident, so I got a disabled knee, you could say so, and not fully functioning knee. And then right after that, I got into a relationship problem that is not really under my control, or there's really nothing I can do to, you know, make it better in any ways. So yeah, there were days where I would be in bed or be clueless because there's nothing that I can do. I couldn't work, I couldn't go to the gym. I have no purpose and sense of direction in life. There were days where I was just sitting down in bed. I would sit up and then I'll have an immense breakdown, constantly crying. There were days where I was very confused, where I didn't know what is the purpose of my life right now. I didn't know why am I feeling this the way that I'm feeling. I didn't know why things happen to me. You know, I wasn't as optimist as I used to be. Matter of fact, I became a pessimist for a while. I think negatively, and it really ruined my mental health. It genuinely made me a bad person. So when I was injured, when I couldn't move, all I did was stay in bed, watched a ton of videos that is not beneficial, watch Netflix, Disney Plus, watch a lot of useless content, eating junk food, going to bed late, waking up at like 5 p.m., going to sleep at like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. And I realized that there was this moment where I sat up. I still remember it was about 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. I sat on my chair, tried to meditate. After a long time of not meditating, tried to meditate, sat down, tried to meditate for 10 minutes, and I couldn't even do a minute. Couldn't even do a minute. My mind was all over the place. I wasn't focused. During the session, I was thinking about negative things. I was overthinking. And, you know, that was my FTE. That was my fuck this event. That was when I had enough feeling sorry for myself. And you might be going through this right now. Doesn't have to be necessarily the same context as mine. But you might be going through some problems right now in life. And you may be stuck in a rut. Like what I used to, a few weeks back. I was stuck in a rut. Let me tell you the factors, the things that I did, which drastically improved my mental health. First thing, gratitude journaling. There's a quote that says where happiness is directly linked to being grateful. The more grateful you are in life, the more happier you'll be. You know, I used to gratitude journal before all this happened, but to be honest, it wasn't really a solid gratitude journaling. It was more of a I'm doing it because I'm trying to change, but my head wasn't in it, so I just did it because I thought it would make me feel productive. I'm trying to change. But the matter of fact is, I didn't really put in my 100% into it. There'll be days where I journal, there'll be days where I didn't. There'll be incremental gaps of 2 months, 3 months. And I only started properly gratitude journaling about a week back. And I must say, it has made me happier in terms of being grateful for the things that I have now. When you are constantly seeking for success, when you're constantly driving and constantly progressing towards your goals and purpose in life, you don't take the time to sit down and be grateful for what you currently have. There's a difference between being grateful and being contented in life. I am grateful, but being I'm nowhere contented with where I am. I'm grateful for, you know, currently having a functioning knee. It may not be 100%, but I'm still grateful for that. I'm grateful for being in an increased state of mental health right now. I'm grateful to have the eyes to see the trees outside. It, it may sound stupid to some of you. What does it mean, you know? And the fact is, I don't necessarily know. I'm only 1 week in. I still have lots to learn from gratitude journaling, from being grateful in a whole. But this is how it has benefited me. It has made me into a better person because I'm more grateful. When I'm with my mom now, I say it to myself in my mind like, oh, I'm grateful to have this experience with her. I'm grateful to go out with her. I'm grateful that she cooks for me. And the matter of fact is, I've never done any of this before. And when I realize what I currently have right now, instead of only focusing on what I don't, it made me into it made me love where I am in life. It made me love the things that I have in life. It doesn't mean that I don't want to constantly strive forward. It just means that, sometimes I sit down, sit on my chair, I'll do my morning journaling, my night deep journaling, and then it will make me realize that there's actually a lot of things that I'm supposed to be grateful of, but I'm not. I took things for granted, just like my knee. If you were to tell me a month ago that I would get an accident and then I would have a functioning knee and then my mental health will reduce drastically, I would be an optimist and I would say no. I think I'll still be positive. I'll be fine, no worry. But when it truly happened to me and then I realized how much I've been taking granted, how many things in life I've been taking granted of, my family, fully able body, the ability to speak, the ability to see, the food that I have on the table, the shelter that I have, the water that I can drink. It makes me fully understand how much of a complaining prick I was. I wouldn't say I complain much, but after realizing this fact of gratitude, of being grateful of what you have right now, it made me realize that I was actually being a prick. I wasn't being grateful. And with gratitude journaling, it made me happier because I started to realize what I actually have in life right now. So, how should you approach gratitude journaling, or how can you start doing it? What I do is just take out a notebook, preferably a notebook. You can do it on your phone, but honestly, I prefer a notebook, old school pen and paper. Just take out 5 minutes out of your day in the morning or at night, just when you wake up or just before you sleep. Write down the things you're grateful for. I'm grateful for waking up today. I'm grateful for the coffee that I just had. You know, the first few times is going to be quite stupid, quite ridiculous. You would think to yourself, why am I writing down all this thing? It's ridiculous, it's redundant. As time goes on, you will start writing down things that you are truly grateful for. I'm grateful for a loving mom. I'm grateful for my dad working 12, 13 hours every day just to support for the family. I'm grateful that I'm fully functional. I'm grateful that I have shelter underneath. And you will mean all these type of things that you write down. Once you reach the state of meaning whatever you write down, of really dipping in your brain, pulling it out, what am I grateful of? And you put it down in your book, you jot it down. Once you already jot it down and you truly feel grateful for what you have right now, I promise you, your mental health will drastically improve. Drastically. Because you focus on the present, not what you don't have. You focus on what you have. Which leads on to the next point. The second thing that I did, which improved my mental health, is meditation. It's funny how I knew about all of these things, but I've never really tried it. I thought it was stupid, I thought it was redundant, I thought it was a waste of time. Till the fact that I had to go through all of this and then actually try it out to see the results. God was just trying to teach me the lesson, I guess. So, meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is really simple. It's focusing on something at the current moment. It may be the sight, it could be a smell, it could be a sound. Something out of these three. Focus. What I usually do and what is commonly practiced is your breathing. Focusing on your breathing. Your just focusing on that. So when you focus on this, you realize that your mind will start thinking about things. While you're trying to focus on your breathing, your mind will start thinking, oh, what am I gonna have later? Oh, how am I gonna solve this problem? Oh, what does she think of me? Oh, how does he affect my life? You start thinking all these things. And the thing about meditation is, for you to let go of all those thoughts and go back to your current moment. And the mistake that I used to do was when I had these thoughts, when I'm meditating, when I had the thought of, for example, what am I going to eat later? Instead of telling myself, stop being a bitch, focus on meditating, I just let the thought flow. Like, okay, what am I going to eat later? Okay, don't focus on that now, focus on the present, breathe. That has improved my meditation skill by a lot. The fact that I just tell myself that I'm supposed to not be good at meditating. I just started meditating. It's normal for me to not be good. Skill equals to volume and effort. The more times you do something, the better you will inevitably get at it. Just like why this video currently kind of sucks. This is my first video. Am I supposed to be good? Obviously not. How am I going to improve? After 100 video. Will I be good after 100 video? Obviously. Same thing like meditation. Your first time meditating isn't going to be good. Your 10th time meditating isn't going to be good. Your 100th time meditating is incrementally going to increase. But what you have to realize is, every time you go from the present moment to your thoughts back to the present moment, that's like a rep in, like a rep, like one bench press. That's a rep for your brain. Meditating has made me be more present. I'm an avid overthinker. Meditating has made me realize when I'm overthinking. Whenever I'm overthinking, last time I used to go down deeper into the rabbit hole, deeper, 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 deeper. I will overthink from morning until the night time. But ever since I start meditating, I start to realize when I'm overthinking. I start to catch myself. When I'm overthinking, like, oh, fuck, what is gonna happen? My brain is gonna snap. Look, you're overthinking. Breathe. Everything's gonna be alright. You don't necessarily have to know what's the outcome of everything. Which is gonna be the topic of the next thing. Let me sidetrack a bit with this quote that I honestly love about overthinking. The ego mind would rather be in a state of false certainty than be in a state of unknowing. Let me repeat once again. The ego mind would rather be in a state of false certainty than be in a state of not knowing, which is the root cause of overthinking. You would rather think of false scenario. You would rather think of things that might happen instead of being in a state of not knowing. You don't actually know what is going to happen, and it's completely fine to not know. The reason why not knowing is, you know, scary or threatening is because of what we were being told ever since we were young. When we don't know a question in school, we were being told as the stupid kid, or asking stupid questions. Well, the actual fact is you don't actually know. So yeah, I got a bit sidetracked. Back to meditation. My favorite type of meditating is sitting down with a candle in front of me, closing my eyes and just breathe. You realize the first 10 to 20 time doing it, you will get off track really quickly. And the tip that I have for you is to use the app. The current app I'm using is Medito, Medito. They have a incremental increase of time, so 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm currently on 10 minutes. You realize that there are many things that you do in life where you are in a state of an NPC. If you don't know what an NPC is, it's a non-playable character. Basically, majority of the things that we do in life is all in a state of automatic. You're in a state of automation. You don't necessarily have to think when you do it. And meditation will increase your present thought, how you think currently, what is flowing in your brain. Meditating brings you back to nature, brings you back to the present, instead of continuously focusing on what you don't have. Just like gratitude journaling, it brings you back to the present. It brings you back to, look, you're here, breathe. Meditation. It's 18 minutes right now. It's my first ever video. I didn't want to film. I made out a lot of excuses. My tiny room, I didn't have a proper tripod, I didn't have a proper place, shit lighting, not proper mic. I didn't like the way I look on camera. But I'll improve. I'll improve. I'm not even gonna edit it out. Maybe a few years in the future you're gonna see this juta and then you're gonna think, oh, skill is equals to volume times time. The more you do something, the better you get at it. So it's fine if you're shit now. It's fine. Right. Next thing I'm gonna talk about will be purpose. I've understood that the reason why I was so sad and upset, I was grieving, it's because I wasn't progressing into anything in life. Before this, I was working. I was progressing into building my financial how do we put it into words? Just building my financial, I was focusing on that. And then when I got into an accident and I couldn't focus on that, I was dwelling for quite a bit. I lost the sense of purpose in life. I lost the mission, the thing that I thought I was supposed to do at my current moment of life. And I'm gonna make a video about purpose after this, sooner or later. But the thing is, when I lost my purpose, I had no drive. I had no motivation to do anything. I had no dopamine in me. Dopamine is something that controls the drive and motivation in you. And I had none of it. I was eating junk food, I was lying down in the bed, I couldn't do anything. And when I found my purpose and I continuously progressed towards my purpose, I realized that I've never felt better. Even though I'm still continuously going through some things in life. I'm still feeling quite good because I'm continuously progressing towards my purpose. And for those of you who don't know what is my purpose, I mean, you wouldn't know because this is my first video. My purpose is building a community of like-minded individuals and to grow as a community, because I know how lonely it feels to be the outcast, to be the young individual that is on self-improvement and looked upon as a crazy kid. So that's my current purpose in life. And I have a Discord chat group which is like, 5 to 6 people right now. And it makes me happier to know that I'm providing value and I'm progressing towards my purpose. And the sole reason of me being happy is because I'm progressing towards my purpose. And purpose is a very broad thing. My opinion on purpose, on your mission in life, is what do you want to fulfill right now? What is your current mission in life right now, at this current moment of life? What is your mission? Some of you would be to get the best grade in school. Some of you would be to get the best job. Some of you would be studying so you can get an A for the test. That would be your purpose. And I promise you, if you were to progressively progress towards your purpose, you would inevitably feel better. I'm talking obviously as a point of view from a masculine man. Yeah, I need you to, find your purpose. Very vague thing to say, but a simple description I could give is sit down in a room and write down whatever you're feeling. Write down whatever you think you're doing. Write down whatever you think you're supposed to be doing in life. Or the other way you can find your purpose is to just go out, have a walk, have a run, be in a constant physical stress. Because when you are in physical stress, your mind will think. It will just keep thinking, thinking, thinking. How I got my purpose specifically was because I felt like shit. I had enough feeling sorry for myself. I went out, went for walks, went to the gym, got my purpose. Sat down, deep journaling, got my purpose. That's my short video on how I drastically improved my mental health. Obviously, this is my first video. I don't think there be anybody watching till the end at like 23 minutes right now. But if you do, I hope you like my content. If you don't have to watch it. Yeah. I'm looking for like-minded individuals. If you're interested, you can go here on my TikTok, JUDAAHZ, same name. Press on the link in the bio. I'll talk to you next time, and the next chapter will be about dopamine, which ironically was the video I was filming before this, before iCloud ruined. Before iCloud ruined it. Alright, you have a good day. Remember to be grateful. Things happens in life for a purpose. There must be a reason, and you don't necessarily have to know the reason. You have a good day. Take care.